shocking video shows a Buckeye police officer strike a pregnant woman in handcuffs.
Knock it off. Do you understand me? You are here because you're an ass.
The woman you are looking at is 21 years old, and her name is Mackenzie Padilla, and she is 9 months pregnant. Her hands are cuffed behind her back, though she has not been convicted of anything or legally charged with breaking the law. Welcome to the Four Eyes of Law. I'm attorney Larry J. Brookins, and what you are about to see is not the violent assault. That comes later. Here, you're watching a jail sentence being handed down on the side of a road by a Buckeye, Arizona police officer for an attitude failure. November 1st, 2025. Buckeye, Arizona, Officer Carri Carrico pulls over a 21-year-old woman for reckless driving, registration, insurance, and a seatbelt violation. Padilla tells the officer that her shoulder strap will not go across her chest because she is 9 months pregnant, so she tucked it behind her back instead. Now just watch what this conversation turns into. Two people having a bad afternoon.
Is there any reason why you're going nearly 70 miles an hour down your road?
No.
No reason at all. Okay, do you have your registration and insurance? Is there any reason why you don't have a seatbelt on?
I do actually.
You don't, actually. You see how this is here? So it's not worn properly, so no, it wasn't on.
Well, this isn't my car.
Okay, you're driving it. Is there a reason for the attitude?
Yeah, because you have one.
Okay. Go ahead and step on out.
Both of us.
No,
Nope, you can stay there. Face the car. Right over here. Put your hands behind your back.
You can leave my sleeve like that.
No, I'm not going to leave your sleeve like that. When you become a cop, you can tell me how to do my job. Until then, you can be quiet. Let's go sit in the car.
Nothing you just heard is a crime. Nothing you just heard is a threat. It is merely a driver being short with a cop, which happens 10,000 times a day in this country. It normally ends with a warning or a citation, but not this time. Now listen to the line that decides everything that comes after it.
So you're taking her to jail?
I'm taking her to the station. If she changes her attitude when we get to the station, then she won't go to jail. If she acts the way she's been acting, she will go to jail.
Wow, say that out loud. Jail is now a punishment for your tone of voice, not for bad driving, not for a weapon, but for a poor attitude. And this cop said it into her own body camera, a camera she switched on herself, which may be the only reason we are seeing it today. Next came the pat-down. According to Buckeye's own investigative file, Carrico ran her hand along the front waistline of a woman who is 9 months pregnant and lifted her shirt. And while she was doing it, she said, "You're right, you're gross." Then, while pulling a bag out of the car, she says, "Yep, nasty." Then she cites Padilla's offensive crime right to her face. "You and your attitude stink."
Excuse me? I'm opening the door. How do you expect to get in a car with the door closed, genius? Ugh. You're right, you're gross. Go ahead and step on in. Yes, you are. You and your attitude stink.
Let's untangle this. The Fourth Amendment does not stop protecting you the second an officer decides you are annoying. A search must be reasonable in scope and in how it is carried out. The federal lawsuit filed by attorney John Griffiths for Padilla and her newborn calls that search unlawful and invasive. Buckeye and Carrico will be called on to answer that in court. The driver is transported to the Buckeye Police Department booking facility, still handcuffed behind her back, still 9 months pregnant, and the camera in that room is bolted to the ceiling so nobody in there is performing for it. Now let's tread lightly here, because this is where the entire dynamic shifts. Watch her go into the wall. That is her stomach. Watch her get forced back to the bench. And now watch Officer Carrico's arm swinging toward Padilla's head. Prosecutors say that is a felony. That Carrico's strike, the swing of that arm, is felonious. A Maricopa County grand jury agreed with them, and she is set to go to trial in November.
Carrico pleaded not guilty to aggravated assault in this case and another. Her trial is scheduled for November. She is no longer with the police department, but her attorney tells us this week that they have no comment at this time. I'm investigator Nicole Grigg, ABC 15, Arizona.
The legal standard here is Graham versus Connor, 1989. The use of force gets judged by objective reasonableness criteria. It is gauged from the point of view of a reasonable officer on the scene, and a judge weighs three things. How serious was the crime? Was there an immediate threat? And was the person resisting arrest or trying to flee? Run that against those three. The crime is a traffic offense. The threat is a handcuffed woman at 37 weeks pregnant. The resistance is a hand that moved. Hell, you can make the call for yourself. And the state of Arizona makes it harder still. Arizona's aggravated assault statute elevates a simple assault into a felony when a victim is bound or otherwise physically restrained. The handcuffs are not a mere detail in this case. The handcuffs are the foundation for the enhancement. Let's move on, and if this video has told you something, tap the bell and hit the subscribe button. But if you think that's it, you'd be wrong. There is more. The part that probably worries the officer more than the video. Officer Carrico did not include the fact that she struck Padilla in her initial report. It seems that across volumes of paperwork, her account of that night kept changing. And here, it was her own department that took her apart. A Buckeye sergeant who reviewed the video called her actions very aggressive and put in writing that they were, quote, definitely over the top and unnecessary. He said he saw nothing reasonable about pushing Mackenzie Padilla into that wall. Other officers said Officer Carrico's conduct was unjustified, unnecessary, and excessive. This is the same officer who only 4 months before this incident accepted the Hero Award from Mothers Against Drunk Driving for making more DUI arrests than any other patrol officer. But here, check out what she told investigators regarding her own use of force.
But I will say I've never once in my life open hand slapped or struck anybody. Okay. And in this moment, I think the only thing that I did was revert to my training. When you're asking me, do you think this is up to PD standards? It's not a simple yes or no. It's based off everything leading up into that point. And I don't think that the public treating us like crap means that we have to sit there and be quiet and take it.
Yeah, I just want to say that the force that I've used in these incidents was the amount of force needed to overcome the resistance at that time.
Carrico unabashedly said the force was necessary to overcome the resistance she faced from Padilla, that the video, and these are her own words for it, looks really ugly, but that she has never once in her life open-hand slapped or struck anybody. She blamed her ill conduct on department understaffing and a run of emotionally taxing police calls. It must be noted that Officer Carrico has pleaded not guilty and she is presumed to be innocent. The chief of Buckeye PD, Robert Sanders, asked the Maricopa County Sheriff's Office to run an independent criminal investigation. In May, a grand jury indicted Carrico on 2 counts of aggravated assault. She initially went out on leave without pay and in June resigned her position. Her trial is set for November 19, 2026. Turning to Padilla's lawsuit, it should be noted that it not only goes after Carrico, but also the city of Buckeye. And let's be honest, the city likely has far deeper financial pockets than the ex-officer. If you value serious street-level legal analysis, bang that subscribe button and join the 4 Eyes of Law. Now put some pressure on that subscribe bell and check out this next video.